this dude. Get double lightning.
Those new Fortnite graphics do be looking crazy. Chicks. Look at that frost. Dang it, Clark. We never put away these slopes, buddy. We got unfinished business here. Get over here, you little freak. Love you. Now you get these sorted out now.
No. Like, I know what you're doing. You're trying to make me.
You're trying to get on my good side, so you don't have to sort. Not gonna work around here.
No.
If you're gonna live in this house, you gotta work.
No.
And that means sorting Lego out.
No. That's like, pew!
Hit you with a Zeus lightning bolt.
That's good for ya.
Yes, sir. We did it, but we gotta go to school. Everyone say bye. We gotta go to school. One of us does. The unfortunate one. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to our stream this morning, or if you're watching this in the future, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
That thing finally fits you, huh? Remember when Mom got that, how big it was? Now look at you. The sun is shining, finally warming things up a little bit. But it's a chilly one today.
I'm wearing gloves.
Skull gloves, skeleton gloves.
Because my fingers are freezing. They turn into skeleton bones.
The Clark man all fixed up here. His backpack was almost down to the ground, so we did a little tighten up here, and you can see, like, that's where the thing was before. So I did a little tightening, and now it's sitting perfect. You really should get a yellow jacket. That's what you should get. That would look so cool with the Lego thing. You look like a Lego store. I don't know if that's a goal of yours, but you would. What'd you get into, Bear?
She was in the bush.
Look at yourself.
You were in the bush, Bear.
Yeah,
Bear.
she was. All right, I love you. There's the bus.
Love you.
Love you big time. Oh, no. She trips you on the way
Bye,
out.
Bear.
All right, Bubs. Have a great day.
I
Love you. Another day, another bus. Welcome, everyone, to Home Alone with Greg and Roxy Bear. Look at all this stuff off you before we go back in. I don't know where you went, but it was somewhere. You coming? Come on. Good girl, good girl. I was just doing my editing thing and got a notification that 2 packages were delivered. Lo and behold, there they are. This one supposed to be a signature package because there's about $2,500 of camera equipment inside here that they just dropped on my front porch. Nice. And this one's just a phone case, which is perfectly fine. But yeah, UPS didn't do your job. Oh God, I'm getting stuff all over the floor. I don't know what that is, but it's like black rubber or something. Gross. It would be an understatement to say that I'm a little obsessed with video and audio equipment. If you went to my YouTube watch page, the entire algorithm is nothing but camera videos. It's just something that I have a huge fascination with. I love recording things, I love documenting things, and I like to do it in the best quality and the best setup that I possibly can, within reason. I'm not gonna go out spending crazy amounts of money on things, although this box would argue with that. This is by far the most expensive camera that I've ever purchased, and I guess I'm just gonna open it up and show you what I got. This is one that it's been on my radar for a long time, and I've mulled it over and I've thought about it, and I've just gone back and forth like crazy because I'm also very conservative when it comes to spending money. I don't like to spend money without really thinking about it. And this was most certainly an unnecessary purchase, but I think it's one that'll make my videos look better than they've ever looked before, and I'll be able to use it for literally my job. This is what I do, and as such, if the government's listening, this is also a business expense. So I'll show you I won't show you this yet. This is the lens that I got. I got a lens and I got a camera. The camera that I got is the Sony ZV-E1, and this is like literally like the best vlogging camera that you can get. It has the sensor of a very, very expensive camera that's called an A7S III inside of a very small body, which is what I'm looking for. Something small and compact, because the way that I vlog, I'm always moving around and I'm doing stuff. It's very rare that I do this, where I have my camera set up on a tripod and I'm just sitting around talking like this. Although for my Lego channel, I do that sometimes, and this camera is gonna work for literally everything that I do. So I got the Sony ZV-E1. I used to have the ZV-1, which I actually sold back when I got back into eBay because I had way too many cameras. I started a little bit of a collection and I was like, am I actually using this? Is it serving me? And for the answer for most of those was no. This is the lens that I got. This is the Tamron 17-28 f2.8 lens. To put this in perspective, the camera that I'm using right now is more than sufficient. This is a Canon R8, also a full frame camera, a little bit heavier than what this one is. The lens on this one though, similar in focal range to this. This is a 15-30. This one's a 17-28, so I'm losing a little bit, but the aperture on this one I think is like, it's a 4.5 to 6.3. That's a 2.8, which means it's much better in low light. If that means nothing to you, that's perfectly fine. Not super impressed with the box that came in. It's kind of like a recycled, it's like a recycled cardboard. This feels way more premium for the lens. If you're wondering the cost of this, I'm very transparent about these things. This camera is usually, I think, $2,200, and it was on sale for $1,800, which is why I was just like, oh my gosh, am I really gonna do this? But I thought, you know what? It's probably gonna be the only camera that I use, well, until they come out with something bigger and better, probably the only camera I'm gonna use for the next several years. Here it is. This is the Sony ZV-E1, and yeah, that's it right there. You're like, oh wow, it's a black rectangle with a flip out screen. It is, but it does a lot. It does so much, and I'm excited to get into this. So we got that. There's also a strap in here. The battery's in here too. This is not much of an unboxing experience. I mean, that's literally it right there. So let's take this out. I'm probably gonna have to charge this up to actually use it. So we'll start charging right away. But there's my battery, and that goes in through the bottom right there. If you never used a camera before, this is how they work. He says as he struggles to put the battery in. There we go. Put that aside for right now. And let's get my lens out. Let's see what this Tamron lens is and move the camera back here. A little bit better shot. This camera is way too heavy for the tripod I'm using. Maybe that's the next thing I should invest in. A little bit of a better table tripod. I'm curious to see how big this lens is. There we go. Ooh, that's a beefy boy. You ready? 17-28 Tamron. And it's got like the little lens hood thing on there too. I'll probably keep that on there. I like that. Okay, so what you do here, if you've never done cameraing before, try to keep your stuff together. Just in case we need to make a return, because I'm not committing to anything yet. I want to try this out and see what it's like. Is it better than this camera that I'm using? I got the camera that I'm using right now on a great deal, refurbished from Canon. That's how I always buy my stuff from them. But I always loved Sony stuff. I've always been partial. So I'm curious to see what this setup is like. Let's line it up, twist it on, and there it is. The vlogging setup. Again, overkill. I use my iPhone most times for this channel. You know how many people have complained about the quality? Literally no one. But there you go. That's what it would look like if you're vlogging with this. It's not very heavy at all. And the cool thing about Sony is they have this little thing on the top here you can take off, and I can put a microphone on there that just plugs right in with no wires. That's one of the disadvantages of the Canon one I'm using. Although Canon makes one of those. Are you still with me on this? I think I lost pretty much everyone. This is not a camera channel, as you can probably tell. It's just something that I love, and hopefully this translates into really nice quality videos for you and for me, because this is my video time capsule, not just your entertainment. It's everything to me. So I invested into it. Just because I want to make this much harder on myself for editing and to show you what I'm filming on. That's the Canon that I'm using right there. So you can see me there. You can see the camera, the lens, the microphone, and this is the new one. So you can kind of see how they compare. Kind of similar size. This is deceivingly heavy for how small it is, but again, it's packed with all kinds of tech. Speaking of packed with tech, right about here, you pop that open, that's where your card comes out of. And then these two spots, this is where your HDMI is, which I sometimes use for streaming. Is any of that in focus? And then that right there is where you charge it. And that's the important thing, because we need to charge this up so I can use it for the rest of the video here. I have nothing but regrets for filming that whole camera sequence there. I'm gonna have to edit that down like crazy. No one's gonna sit through that. But we got it charging up, and I'll let that do its thing. The only way that I was able to pull the trigger on the Sony was after making an agreement with myself that I would sell off a camera from my collection. In fact, it's one that I haven't used since I got this one. It's my old vlogging camera, and I've had this camera for a number of months now. So this has just been sitting back here. So let's all collectively say goodbye to my Panasonic. No, I'm not selling my camcorder. That stays forever. I'm actually going to be selling off my Olympus EM1 Mark II. This is a micro four thirds camera with a much smaller sensor than what the cameras that I'm using these days are. But at the time when I got this, I bought it used. I got a great deal on it on eBay. It has amazing stabilization. The colors are good. Everything about it is nice except for the low light. I'm also going to be selling this lens. This is a 12 to 40 Zuko, I think it's a pro lens. And then I also have another fairly expensive lens here as well. This is an 1818 Leica wide angle lens. So I'm going to be selling all of this off, 3 different sales. And that's going to finance maybe $1,200 of that $1,900 camera. Definitely not the soundest of investments, but if you realized how many videos that I've made across mobile channels using this, this is a fantastic investment. That being said, if you're like me and you're always looking at gear and equipment and stuff like that, you could literally make videos with your phone. And I do that most of the time, like I mentioned. So you don't have to go this far. It's just something that I'm like passionate about. And me buying this stuff is just like me buying Lego sets. It's like it's a toy that I really enjoy. And that's how I justify it. Also, I sell off old stuff now. And I've sold off a lot of cameras. That's all I got left right there. This is all my cameras. I have the old flip camera that started this channel back in 2011. And then this was the camera that I bought right after that. And both of those are just very sentimental to me. So I'm going to hold on to those. And if I were to sell those, trust me, I would not become a rich man from those. But they're rich to me in my heart. This one, though, does have some value. And it's a lot more to someone else out there than it is to me sitting in my cupboard at Baratech. You might think that it'd be smart if I waited until I commit to this Sony camera before I sell these off, but the truth is I'm never going to use these cameras again. This Canon is actually going to be my backup camera, the one I'm using now. I actually really love this camera, so the Sony's going to have some big shoes to fill. If it can overtake this as my primary camera, I'm going to be impressed. This situation right here is why I hold on to all of my boxes. I actually have a box of boxes. In case you go to sell something and you want to get the most value out of it, it's easy to do if you have the box for it, because people believe, and with good reason, that you took good care of the product that you have. And I did. The box shows that you really cared about it. Enough to save the box for it. At least that's what I tell myself. Camera and the 2 lenses. God, they're classy looking boxes. Compare that to what I got today. That's gorgeous. They've really gone downhill in the world of boxes. We got the camera up on top of the original box. We've got the charger, the extra battery, the unused neck strap. We've got another charging cable, the little clips that come on the side that I always take off because they rattle in video. But I think that's going to be a nice little setup. I didn't use a soft box today because I feel like I need a little more space, and I think that blue background is really going to pop with these. So if you imagine that on eBay like that, that should hopefully entice someone to buy this. That definitely took me a while. Got all the photos in there, a really nice description, condition. I'm putting the price a little high. I'm going to start it at $4.99 and allow people to make offers on it just to see what happens. I don't know if it will have anything near that, but I'm pretty sure I can get $400 out of this. I just don't want to go too low to start out with. So we'll list it. And that was the hard one. We'll do that all over again now for these 2 lenses. Wasn't quite done charging, but here is a look as I step into the sun. This is not a great test right now. Look at the ZV-E1. I don't have any stabilization set. Whatever it came with is what's on. But my gosh, did I miss the world of Sony. If only I was in a place that had some good lighting. Like out here, I think this is looking probably a little bit better. Oh, and then we can zoom in too. If you ever want to get really close and personal, there you go. And this is just the internal audio, so I'll have to see how that sounds. I might put a microphone on this. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize it could be this good. Huh. I mean, I'm going to play around with it. I don't want to commit to it yet because we're still within our return window and I could potentially get a lot of money back if I decide just to stick with what I had. And I would say pretty much everyone watching this is probably like, great, quality's fine, shoot with whatever you want. I'm just along for the ride. I want to do the best that I can, and I want these things to be captured in the best quality that we can. This is important stuff. I mean, sharing my Home Alone with Greg videos, it's documenting history. It's not. It's none of that. That's history, though. Holy smokes, we got a big mess, but yeah, good day today. Got a new camera, listed at old camera lenses. We're in good shape. But it gets even better for dinner because I got a little Easter egg in here, a little hint as to what we're having. And that's rapidly approaching. Cody and Clark on their way home, and we're about to have some deliciousness. I'm mostly curious about the audio, so let's go a little outside here. You thought it was over. Oh, no, no, no. There's the poopy choops. We'll zoom in. That's all the zoom range we have because this is a wide lens. I need that though, because we're mostly doing this. But we could get like a really like telephoto lens, which would be amazing. Here's a little mixed lighting situation. This is in 4K 30, and yeah, that's a little outdoor test for you there. There'll be a lot more testing to come. We don't have to go out of our way because I'll be filming with this endlessly. There's the cat macro. It actually has cat eye focus too, which is it's crazy. Look at yourself. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. The cinema is ours. Look at that blurry. How dare you? It probably actually improved the shot with my face that close to it. Here's a battle that I'm curious about. Which one of these two cameras weighs less? First up, the Canon R8 with the 15 to 30 millimeter lens on it, coming in at, we'll call it 1 pound, 14 ounces. Next up, we got the Sony ZV-E1 with the Tamron, 17 to 28. This one to me feels heavier. And the scale says, ooh, I saw it hit 2 pounds there. It's about 2 pounds heavier, or 2 ounces heavier than the Canon. That being said, if you had to choose between these two lenses, this is a much better lens that weighs a lot more. In terms of bodies, I like the feel of the Canon better. That just feels better in hand. This one's very cut down, but the Sony has a much bigger battery in it that's going to last longer, so less battery changes. So better image quality, more battery, better handling, slightly lighter. Being said, if I got a lens on that would compare with this, it would actually be heavier. So, it's tough, but I think the Sony is definitely winning this battle. But I do love myself some Canon cameras, which is why I'm holding on to this one. I can't let it go just yet. I might use it for photos. I might get some EF lenses, sell this one off since I'm not going to be vlogging with this necessarily. We could do a lot of stuff. That's a lot of money. Speaking of a lot, I should have just stuck with the Canon. This was like half the cost of this. And this was half the cost of this. Oh boy. This is just for me, but I want to see how these cameras perform against each other. So we've got the Canon R8, which I'm looking at right now. This is for me when I'm editing. And we've got the Sony ZV-E1 that I'm looking at right now. You could see each other in those probably. But I'm curious to see how these look in the studio situation. I'd say we got good lighting down here. Right now, to me, on the screen, I feel like the Canon is looking better than the Sony. The Sony's a little dark. The Canon's looking pretty good, especially when I come over into areas like this. And that's with a worse lens on it, too. I think the Canon's actually looking a lot better and lighting my face up better with a worse lens. In what world are we living in right now? That's pretty crazy. That autofocus, though, is just so insane. How it just latches onto things, and that separation, too. That's really crazy.
I kind of need to use a couple experiments on it.
You're doing camera experiments, too?
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. This is my new camera that I'm using, by the way.
It looks just like the one that's over there, isn't it?
It's similar. It's a newer version.
It's the Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other.
This one is like that one, only way more expensive and way more advanced.
I have a cool idea.
What?
Toyaki Bao said, I'm going to do sandbox on the blue team, spawning 99 flint-knock guys under the pirate category. And on the red team, put 1 flint-knock guy and possess him and basically make Fortnite, but in tabs.
Oh, so it'll be a battle royale.
So there'll be like 99 other people against me.
Wow.
Probably going to get smoked, though.
That'd be cool.
I can't build. I got no builds or nothing to hide behind. Have no cars. Maybe I'm going to do that one with the big stairs. that we had where the balloon archers were so dumb and like tried falling down there and stuff. Remember that from this morning, Dad?
Yeah.
Think about using that level so I could climb up there and be like.
Okay.
Where's that go?
It's up there beside where this camera was. I'm selling. I'm just listing the final lens now.
It's like, let me sell everything I own.
I feel like the DJI is better in low light if you want to use that.
Okay, that might actually be useful. Can I take the bottom off of this?
Yeah, you can take the whole thing off.
Alright, I just need this part.
Okay. Should I sell the GoPro? Or should we hold it? We could use that for RC stuff, I bet.
Yeah, you never know what you could use it for.
That's the mentality of any hoarder. I'm still trying to decide if this camera is overkill for what I do. I kind of feel like it is.
You feel like it's too good?
Yeah, like I don't think I need something this good. Like this camera does way more than what I'm ever gonna do with it.
Are you serious? It's too good to be your own camera?
Yeah, like this
How?
camera does crazy footage, like log, color grading. It goes ham. I'm just a guy that makes silly YouTube videos of this kid going into Lego sets. That's all I do. I really like it. But it's like, is it worth the money that I spent?
Is it too good?
It could be. And I have a camera over there that does pretty much everything this one does. And it's already, you know, paid for and all that jazz. And it's just sitting there. And it will be sitting there if I get this. So I'll figure it out. Are you making a... Oh.
I'm building a house tub toy.
You're making a cage for my camera. Ooh, this camera's struggling with that, buddy.
What?
It's hunting. It's trying to figure out what to focus on in the shot. There, nope. It wants to focus on all those goodies in the back there.
Ooh.
It's failing right now. It has no idea what's going on.
Really? It's failing.
Yeah, until I tap the screen. Then it's like, oh. That's what we're focusing on. Not those things in the back. They do look really pretty and cute and stuff, but boom. The focus is super fast, too. I'm curious about the audio to see what that sounds like. This is like focused on your eye, even with you turned around.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And it's right on your eye. There's AI in this, man.
No.
Anyways, I got like 2 buttons to click and all my lenses and stuff are listed and we're done here. I said, I purchased this lens to use for video work and it served me well. It was always taken care of and properly stored with caps on when not in use. All very true. I'm selling because I've moved on to full frame. I've become an elitist. Look at that focus. Trying out a new camera. The camera that's too good even for me. It's only 240 calories for all of the crab in here. So when I go to George's, if it wasn't for me drinking like 12 sodas while I was there, and the salt, and I'm gonna be dipping in butter. I mean, there's some setbacks here, but you know, definitely worth it.
You should try some healthy cheeses, Dad. They're really good.
Healthy cheeses?
No, don't tell him about them.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm doing keto.
He would eat that entire box in one sitting.
Where are these healthy Cheez-Its you speak of?
They taste terrible.
Oh, okay. I won't eat them then.
They taste so bad.
So do these crabs. You're definitely not going to want any of these. Don't even think about it.
Yeah, I'll give it content. They're good.
Get my clusters, baby. Get in there. Sometimes
We're pulling the pack.
4 minutes, right?
Are you gonna have any garlic?
Hey Siri, set a timer. 4 minutes.
Roger.
You're gonna want more than 4 minutes.
It's 4 minutes, aren't they?
I thought it was 5.
4 minutes, counting down.
I'm pretty sure it's 5.
Ooh, this camera is making that.
Just one scoop.
Bruh.
Sorry.
Ruining my shot with your beeps.
One scoop, Dad.
2 scoops for boops.
2 scoops for both.
You think she just eats 1 scoop around here? Wow, low light, this camera is crazy. It's freaking dark in here. Look at that.
I know, it is really dark here.
We should probably turn the lights on. We paid electricity this month, I think.
Roxy, I got soup.
Soups for boops. I got the soup.
Soup. Roxy.
Hey Deb, I got the soup. Oh, I'm getting all kinds of crab steam all over my new camera. First perfect pull of the night.
First sauce pour of the night in the new bottle.
Oh, dang it. That one was a big fail. All right, let's try that one again. I need a good one for this.
Try some shrimp.
Yep. Does it have crab auto detect? Nope, just our faces. There you go, Beebs. Okay, we're going to, I can't turn this camera off with these hands. We're gonna eat some crab and be merry and destroy. I'll show the after, because it's gonna get dangerous.
One goes to Aldi to go get some crab now.
I came back just for that. Oh. we're definitely not going back for round 2. Clark, you still hungry, bubs? You're not tapping out, are you? I'm gonna need some help with this. All right. All right. We got some takers. The aftermath of shrimp and crab. Chickens are gonna go crazy, but it's officially dark out and they're in for the night. So that'll have to be a surprise for tomorrow. Speaking of surprises for tomorrow, that's where we're gonna pick this video up. Hope you enjoyed coming along with me today in my journeys in buying and selling camera equipment. Hope you have a glorious rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video.